All right, welcome to Gran Turismo 7, and yes, we are on one of the most famous tracks. I'm Johnny from JCCR Racing. We've got the Porsche 911 GT3, not the prime car, not the meta car, the best car for this track. That'd be more so the Viper, the Audi R8, or as you can see right in front of us, the Subaru. It is not the Slowbaru, and reliability, I guess, doesn't count because we don't get blown engines or blown turbos, so I guess the Subaru is dominant here. But the 911 is the car I'm used to driving, and I highly recommend for this track taking a car that you're consistent with, because that will make the biggest difference as you try to hold on. You might also want a car that can take a beating, because this week has been pretty disgusting. It's only Tuesday, and one race we did here was all violence, and we can already see that there's some chaotic racing from the C-Class. And the point of, oh my goodness, we get hit off track. The point of this channel is to show how an amateur or rookie racer can still have fun, have great races. But we are here to learn and grow, and we are here to break down the pro maneuvers and turn them into doable maneuvers for an amateur racer. So if you're an amateur or intermediate driver, you're absolutely at the right place. And if you're a semi-pro or pro driver, you're also at the right place, because we need your coaching and mentoring. And we have a lot of A+ drivers that come in and give tips and tricks. They're here to mentor, they're learning and growing, they're teaching skills. And I hope that you're up and open to the idea of learning and growing. So I make mistakes, I call out my own mistakes, and we break down what the pros do. So here, let's go extra wide from the outside, trail brake, so slight braking till we get to the apex, and then once we get to the apex, we get back, middle of the apex generally, we get back on the throttle. Now that was one of those cases where we're back on the throttle a little bit past the apex to stay in, just because it's that type of turn. Now as we go into turn one, you really got to set, all the pros do this, you just got to play around and figure out where your brake point is. I'd say for us it's the 150 or right before. Here you want to get over a bit of that yellow. Don't want to be on the brakes for the second part of that turn one, because if you're on the brakes, your car won't rotate through, and you really got to rotate through, so you're probably going to be coasting through there as an amateur. Just make sure you do your proper pre-braking, because you definitely, it doesn't look like a straight, but this is a very important straight. You want to make sure you got through turn one, section two quickly. Extra wide here, cut across. If you find your car's not turning, it's probably because you're on the brakes pedal, or you are going too fast. So you want to really catch the apex turn after turn, aim to come out where those markers are. So here from the outside marker, get back on the throttle, way past the apex on that one. This is going to be, so far this is looking like we could prove to make a quick lap. Our 152 absolutely inadequate for this league. 150 is what the top racer is running. Let go of the throttle if you see you're going to be going off track. So twice we let go of the throttle quickly there, no braking, just let go of the throttle through the S turns to redirect the car. We are in 8th, so this is a good position. If we can finish here, we will not have our safety rating, our driver rating threatened. So he's going in quick. I mean, we can get back, on the throttle much earlier than he can. Sorry about that, good sir. You're going a wee bit slow there. Didn't expect you to be going that slow. Accidental hit. You are absolutely responsible for the car in front of you, even if they're driving slow. I just couldn't get to the brake pedal quick enough here. Get back, behind me, I'll brake win for you. And at the 150, we start braking hard, pedal to the floor. So he likes to jump the apex, so we're starting to learn what kind of driver he is. He's gonna jump the apex. That time he did it actually successfully. The last time he jumped the apex, but then had to severely brake in front of us, so not great. That's why he ended up getting a bit of a push. Jumped in front of us, slammed on the brakes, and that was a no bueno. Let's go to the outside here. This is a slow one, so earlier than the 100 ideally. We just make it through. 8th is the position we are hunting for the end of this race, 8 or higher. Here it says we can go through on 3rd here. No problem going through on 3rd, and we're in a great position. This is right where you want to be, behind a car, having them break wind for you for these long straights on Monza. Very versatile, the Porsche 911, and you can see he never had to let go of the throttle, so he gets through there quicker than us. So you find the right line through those S turns, and after the first turn you can just be full throttle through after the first part of that turn, of the S turns. Oh, we over-revved, so we're gonna get past. It's gonna cost us, but we'll just tuck right in behind our Thor 75. Looney Tunes breaking wind for us. Shift before we hit the 160, 161. Full braking at the 150. Ease up on the brakes. Try to, we'll have gotten through here more quickly. But he was back on the throttle earlier than us. Getting too quick on the throttle can lead to a spin out, so that's what I'm trying to avoid. And if you're spinning out often when putting power down and coming out of turns, there is one simple trick. The pros all run TCS, that's traction control system. They all run it at 0. I find that's devastating because I will spin out probably once per lap or more. So if you're spinning out once every lap as you power out of a turn, so here when you get on the throttle, it's causing your car to slam itself into the wall. Just turn up TCS, you'll have a much better time. That's another spot where cars can spin out because they get excited and slam down on the throttle too quickly. TCS at 0, you will crash out. Yes, to close the gap there. We've got a good chance at grabbing 8th from them. Let's just not get any time penalties, because getting a time penalty at the beginning of this very long straight is pretty disastrous for your lap time. .7, but a 151.4 is the top lifetime, so you can see we are behind running slow ones. That was a pretty decent lap. Let's just try to recreate it. If you can be consistent, 153 in the C League, you'll get through just fine. Oh, he gets back on the throttle. I bet he's got traction control on 1, and had he been on 0, I think that would have been a spin out. We'll check out the settings that we've got set up at the end of this race. Ooh, we are late on the brakes, or no, he was just early. So that worried us. Let's see if he buckles under the pressure of having us right behind him. Who will collapse to the pressure first? Whew, 1.5 laps left. Still got time and space to make a good, clean, safe pass. So when you're in a situation like this, it is easy as an amateur intermediate racer to try to get past him here by dive bombing the turn. That's no bueno. Patience paying off. Had we not let off the throttle there, we would have caught some of that slippery stuff after the apex, and that would have been no bueno. It would have led to a crash, so we're playing it safe here. Oh, what a dirty talk. You gotta watch out for drivers like that. He is doing everything to crash us out. That is not a real race, so that's a Call of Duty racer. Not a sim racer, he's all arcade, but we passed him just the same. Let's make sure we keep him well behind us. Monza is one of my worst tracks, so we're doing quite well considering we've got a good, strong lack of experience here. Oh, we were very slow through there. Disastrous through turn 1. So now we've got Tomcat right behind us. You want to full throttle through this section here. Try to create as little resistance as possible between the tires and the track. Late braking. Don't think he hit us. I just think we were late on the braking there. Kind of felt like the car wasn't slowing down, so that's why I wonder if we got a little push or what. I think I was just late on the brakes here. Final lap. So yeah, when you're in the lead like that, you can make one defensive move and that's it. Swerving all over the place to block is outside of the racing rules. Oh boy, is he ever going slow. He's really just trying to block the corners instead of racing. He's got to focus on his race and actually drive the car instead of just block the entire track. Not very sportsmanlike, Tomcat. Well, glad that race is over. Not having a whole lot of fun racing behind Tomcat. That was Call of Duty, and it could have turned out very differently. We could have been completely taken out in a situation like that. Sometimes you're better to just accept the position and not try to pass, because it's pretty obvious had we tried to pass Tomcat, we would have been booted off the track pretty hard. He was definitely sending out signals there that that was his intention. Now, Arthur 75, absolutely, let's applaud the winners. Absolutely good race. Well done, winners, well done. I love seeing this. Baby Shark, safety rating up. Silver, safety rating up. Cremirez, safety rating up. I love seeing that the top 4, all higher safety ratings. No down here. Then we got an A. I'm not sure why we got thrown into the safety rating of A. Maybe we're risking it here. And our safety rating stayed the same. So let's go check out our settings to make the car very controllable, no matter what car we're running here. So our safety ratings right here go into, we'll throw on the hard tires. So as an amateur racer or intermediate, early to mid intermediate, so not pro, not semi-pro, this is what I suggest. Head over to your settings. Traction control on 2. Get used to manual as quick as possible. ABS on default. Driving markers can really help if you really don't know the track. Throw on your brake, not just the indicator, but the braking area. We've got it on off because we're not full out amateur. We're intermediate driver now, I'd say. And replace, you'll want to have active stability management to off, counter steering assistant to off, but traction control on 2. So it'll allow some spinning of the tires, but not enough to ruin your day. And then you just got to get a better lap time. You know, had we started with a lap time, a quali in 1:52, starting in 5th, we could have made it up to maybe 4th. Or so a lot comes down to that qualifier. Now, if driving tips and tricks is something that interests you, do join the channel, join the community here at JCCR Racing. Big community here and growing. We often run the 911 RSR or the Ferrari, but we also play around with all sorts of different vehicles. We clearly need to get up to a Sosa time, so good job, Sosa. We need to try to hit that 1:51 mark. So stay tuned. We'll be running races Monday to Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern time for live streams, followed by a part 2, which is where the JCCR racing team takes on challengers. So join us for that. See you again soon. Godspeed and God bless everybody.